Old Trapper Beef Jerky. We're also live here in New York City. It's Wednesday, November 23rd. I'm Jamie Erdahl. That's Kyle Brandt.
Hello.
It's Jason McCourty. Peter Schrager, welcome back to the table.
So happy to be back.
Are you admiring your decor?
This is so festive. We've
Just
got,
for you.
We saved the gourds.
What are they
It's
called?
gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, they have gourds. We have fake pumpkins. We have fake leaves, but we have real football talk.
Ew, wow. And look at when you take your one shot, you have like even festivity
Let me see
behind
it.
you.
Let me
Let's
repeat
see
her
Peter
single.
Schrager.
Give me my single.
There you go. Yeah.
Look at that.
Looks amazing.
You're the only one with
I like
pumpkins
that.
over your left shoulder
Great.
today,
It's
Peter.
TV talk,
Congratulations.
What we're really
Absolutely.
thankful for is, of course, Old Trapper.
Absolutely.
Old
Always.
Trappy.
Goes
Love the
right-
Trappy.
Got you.
Yeah.
Thirst Trapper.
We have another fantastic show for the next couple hours. Another special guest returns, Matt Rule 2.0. So hang with us.
Rule's back?
Rule's back.
I got a text last night from Matt Rule.
That was wicked.
He texted me at intermission. I'm not kidding.
No.
Matt Rule texted me at intermission of Wicked because I had told him that the last number of the first act was going to bring the house down. It's Defying Gravity.
Yep.
And he's like, dude, Defying Gravity is crazy. So we'll have all sorts to talk about with Rule.
Yeah, exactly. And Sam Darnold talked.
Yeah.
Gravity.
Why not?
Sam
Yeah,
Darnold.
why not?
Hey,
Yeah.
it's time for the lead block.
Time for the lead
Let's
block.
get you there. Let's get you there. John Madden is synonymous with Thanksgiving. He called over 20 Thanksgiving Day NFL games as a broadcaster. And Thursday marks the inaugural John Madden Thanksgiving celebration, taking place across all three broadcast networks, starting with Bills Lions, 12:30 p.m. Eastern on CBS, Giants Cowboys, 4:30 in the afternoon on Fox, and then Patriots Vikings wraps it all up at 8:20 p.m. on NBC. Here's Bill Belichick on Tuesday talking about a Vikings team that lost by 37 points this past Sunday.
All right, well, we're scrambling away here. Short week. Really good team to get ready for here. Minnesota's a very well-coached team in all three phases. Have a lot of explosive players, really good in all three phases of the game. So it'll be a big test for us up there. Offensively, they can great back, great receiver, great quarterback.
That is the ultimate backhanded Bill Belichick compliment when he calls a team great in all three phases of the game. The Patriots offense, though, failed to find the end zone and instead rallied on a walk-off punt return to beat the Jets on Sunday, while the Vikings struggled in any facet of scoring points against the Cowboys after a stunning loss against Dallas. Both of these teams could use a primetime win on Thanksgiving. Who needs it more, though? Is it the Patriots, after kind of a lackluster showing, but still a win, or the Vikings, which just was lackluster?
The Vikings desperately need something to overcome the sheer embarrassment of how Sunday went down. I wasn't here the last 2 days. Jamie, I'm sure you wore your emotions on your sleeve. It was as bad a nationally televised loss as I can remember. Besides the one scoring drive with the field goal, they didn't cross the 50-yard line the entire game. And now as we sit here with that 8-2 record, which is a beautiful record, it still is 8-2. You can't take it away from them. You're also looking at a point differential in the season. They are -2 on the year.
So even though they're 8-2, they
8-2, but they're -2 on the year, meaning those 2 losses to the Eagles and, of course, and then a lot of one-score wins. National TV matters to me, I think. It means that it's a game that everyone's watching. They got the prime billing on Sunday, and it went so badly that in most markets in the third quarter, CBS just left. So put on Bengals Steelers. Well, the Steelers aren't going to go. Put on Bengals Steelers. Put everyone out of their misery.
We'll keep you updated.
We'll let you know.
James Brown comes out.
I didn't know. Could never find it again.
Didn't want to know.
Didn't want to know. The fourth quarter, and even in that situation, fourth quarter, it's, they've got 3 points. They didn't score a touchdown. Christian Darrisaw goes down with the injury. Kirk Cousins was pressured on 63% of his dropbacks. It was as if it was a jailbreak every single time he went back to pass. And I think they need to win because I think there were a lot of skeptics, including one sitting in this table right now, that they were of that elite level going into last week's game against the Cowboys. Cowboys were favored, and we were like, that's disrespectful. This is an 8-1 team at home. How are they not favored? They lose by 37 points. Everyone's watching. NBC, prime time. Please don't lay another egg. Vikings fans have been through this for years and years and years. Please don't lay another egg. And I really think the Darrisaw thing is huge. He's already been ruled out. That guy was having an all-pro season at left tackle. When he went out of the game, Kirk Cousins had no shot. Matthew Judon's coming. I'll just say that. I think this Patriots team is a really good front four. And I believe this one's going to be a lot closer than the Vikings want it to be.
Yeah, those red sleeves are coming in. I'm going to try in all of our A blocks to relate this to, like, Thanksgiving.
Oh, great. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
There's always scenarios that go around Thanksgiving. So for the Vikings, they're that one uncle who showed up to Thanksgiving last year. And you know him. When he walks in the door, it's like someone has to monitor the amount of drinks he has.
Sure.
The uncle last year had way too many drinks. He ends up dropping a glass of wine, spills all over the carpet.
No.
But now he's here this year, and he's here to redeem himself. That is the Vikings this week. Last week, forget about it. Like, you had too much to drink. You didn't show up.
Drunk
you didn't
uncle.
perform well. The drunk uncle. We all know him. Yes. You can name him right now. The names are going through your mind. Maybe you have multiple. But this is the week for them to step up and show, hey, last week, that was just a one-time thing.
Redemption.
We're on our thing this week, and they're at the top of their division. Things are still going the right way for the Vikings. They still have a chance to prove to us, like, hey, we are that team. They're going against the New England Patriots, another team that has a very good defense of what they saw last week versus the Dallas Cowboys. You just mentioned Matthew Judon. Be able to block him, be able to put points on the board, and the Patriots, they're not rolling on offense. This is a great chance for them to show up and show out. It's not on prime time. We talked about 1 p.m. Kirk Cousins. Thursday, though, Thanksgiving, everybody's watching. They're in the kitchen, they're cooking, people are surrounded around the TV. Show up and show out, and people will forget about it. We're all caught up in the moment. Right now, the only thing on our minds is 40-3. Be the uncle this year that everybody loves and laughs at. Don't be the drunk uncle from last year.
Absolutely.
Don't do it.
That uncle can't be
The only
trusted.
hope is that because the Vikings are playing the night game on Thanksgiving, that people will be tuned up enough to kind of blur their eyes and be like, was this the same team that we saw lose to the Cowboys on Sunday? And be like, I don't know, forget about it. This is a clean slate for the Minnesota Vikings. And sadly, it feels like they're starting over again because they just went through 10 weeks of building up their reputation and trying to make a name for themselves. Kirk Cousins trying to erase the stench of, I'm not primetime Kirk, I'm going to get beat by the Eagles early this season. And then they go up against the Cowboys and they lay an egg. All the worst things could have happened. T.J. Hawkinson felt like he couldn't catch a ball. Justin Jefferson said Kirk Cousins was getting sacked before he even got out of a break. The offensive line, for as good as it was against the Bills, they weren't there against the Dallas Cowboys. So a redemption story on Thanksgiving, going back to the drunk uncle, like, I think you need to be that cool aunt that shows up and is just like, did your style change? What happened to you over this last year where all of a sudden you're vibing differently? Because the Vikings now, they have a clean slate. They wiped their own slate clean on Sunday. Now your second half of your season starts in terms of making a name for yourself once again, because we talked about them being this medium market team that nobody really wants to see on primetime. You got to reset the clock here and just make a new name for yourself and become the Vikings that you wanted to be up until that Cowboys game. I'm really trying to speak positively about it, and they can do it. You know what, Peter? You know what I wanted to say, though? Was no one mentioned what you did last week so many times, and I wanted to leave the space for you to do it, which was like the game after the game, man. The game after the game.
They're celebrating a game that they won in early November, and it was as if that was the game after the game. They have a history of the game after the game. They always lose it.
Yeah.
I think it's the Patriots.
Okay, talk this up, because
I'm not.
AFC's wide open.
Yeah, I'm not speaking to the team in Minnesota.
Yeah.
They're up in their room. I'm taking a week off. I'm not acknowledging them. Don't come out. Don't be on your screens.
You're not mad.
No, I'm disappointed. I'm very I love Minnesota. But I'm not talking about them. I'm not saying the V word all week. Jamie, they don't have a clean slate. They have a disgustingly messy slate. It is a pile of dishes. No. They could win this game 56-0, and no one will give a crap. It's the Patriots. They're not that good. They got destroyed. It's just nothing's going to change it. I think even if they win the Super Bowl, nothing will change it. It's
you
nothing.
think that loss was that bad that even if they win the Super Bowl,
it's that one and the Eagles one and all the years the Super Bowl, fine. I don't think this will change squat. And New England is sitting here being like, so let me get this straight. This is the game for the Vikings to lick their wounds. Why don't they kiss my boot? Like that's what I'm the Patriots. You're who again? The Kirk Cousins team? No. We don't let this get lost. The Patriots scored 3 points last week. The only thing that's saving that from being in the news is how bad Zach Wilson was before the game, during the game, and after the game. Otherwise, they didn't do anything. Mac Jones is not exactly the electric factory. They also got a thing going on here where the Patriots play back-to-back Thursday night games. They got this squad. They got Buffalo. If they lose both these games, they might be screwed. Like, they may miss the playoffs. The Vikings, the team from Minnesota, for all their faults, like, they're going to the playoffs. They'll figure it out. They'll get in the play. I don't know if New England is. I don't know if New England is. And I'm not here for some sort of like, oh, we're here for your redemption so you can win a nationally televised game. Belichick will punch one in at the end so they can win by 30. Like, I think it's the Patriots because they don't need this win for their optics or for their reputation. They need it for football, for standings and columns and division. Like, they just need a win. So with due respect to the beautiful heartstrings we're all pulling on the Vikings reclamation project, I think the Patriots need to win just in the football sense.
Kyle makes a great point. Last year, the Rams lost 3 straight games in November, and it was like, all right, the Rams, they need it, but they were always that lead dog, and when they got in the play, the Vikings could lose a couple more games, and they're still division champions, and it still doesn't matter because of December and January, but the stench of that loss Sunday.
It's bad. I don't think you can wash it off. I really don't.
And to Jason's point that he made earlier, Patriots are, what, 3 games